Okay, we're live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good nights, good wherever you are, good that. So I have Red Lentil Healing and Blissful Divination. I put their channels down in the description below if you would like to donate to them too. That too is also below. So we're going to have some fun tonight. My chat isn't working. I never know. Jesus. Testing, 852.
You good?
I graduated. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do pop culture and some non-pop cultures, but we're not gonna roll around in the dirt of politics today. And so hopefully y'all come and y'all have some fun. Leave your sensitivities outside because ain't nobody got time to do pop culture and some non-pop culture. So we'll wait about 5 minutes or so for people to wander in, and then we'll get started. How y'all doing?
Hey.
How y'all doing? I'm doing good. Am I frozen?
What you say? Oh no.
I thought I was frozen for a minute.
No.
Pay me no mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, we go. Right at the bottom.
Now the chat's working. Okay, how y'all doing?
Y'all.
Hey.
Y'all means all y'all.
All y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be
now the chat's working. Huh? I posted some stuff to my community page too, because I got a bunch of new things from everybody that's over there. Y'all can't see it because it's very glowy in here. I told Adrian look like I'm sitting in heaven, so I don't. No, it's very glowy because there's an overhead light and then there's a lamp on over there and then there's a lamp under there. So never mind the. Wait a minute, I test a card. Well, you can see it, so
yeah,
we're good. Yeah, we're gonna be a little petty. I brought my petty boots today, and my clown suit is always on.
Y'all know I'm a little bit petty, but like this much messy. So
And y'all know I'm just straight nosy.
So I had some questions from y'all on the community tab. Thank you for those who left questions. We got about 4 questions on the Royals, I think, and then we're gonna leave them alone because I'm not tired of talking about them. I'm tired of them being talked about, kind of like
because
that.
it's been a long week. I'm like, ooh, Lord, has the moon cycle not moved off these poor people and their baby?
You're doing fine, Jace. I'm glad you're doing fine. Thank you, Jody.
Hi, Jody. Alchemist. Welcome.
Hey, Jody.
So, let's see. Oh, no, that one. Oh, no, that is a royal question. No. Okay.
I'm for real, though. I was watching Shay's, and it's so funny because, like, when I text people about their YouTube video while I'm watching it, and I was like, Shay, girl, why am I sitting here with a bucket of popcorn watching yo? Like, who did it? Who shot Jay? And I'm like,
it was better than Oprah.
Watch the video, and then you can text her after and tell her good job on the video. Why are you like? She already knows. She records the video.
I didn't want to be a weirdo and be like, "What part you at?"
Girl, you just said.
Like, yes, if you have not seen it, go to Blissful Divination, and the link is in the description. She did a video, was today, right? Today on where is the racism coming from? So here's my thing too.
The call came from inside the house.
I got to the part. Now, when you said it initially, I'm like, oh, that's funny. But when it came up, then I kind of had a bit of a laughing fit to where I couldn't catch it, so I couldn't get myself together. You said I'm a program Kate as the snake, and I'm like, okay, that's cute. And then when the snake flipped over, I'm like,
But you know what's funny? Everybody was asking me, did I do it on purpose? No, because there's a hierarchy when you start adding people, right? So the next card was the snake after the fox, because it usually represents the other woman. The lion or also represent the other man. If you're talking about love or something, they switch up depending on what it is. And I didn't know. The fox, Camilla just looked like an old fox. Don't y'all ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was her. that fat tail, the bushy, like she would wear some stuff like that too. I just felt like
that little fur.
Yeah, like I don't know, it was her, but the snake wasn't so much of her. But I was mad when she came out dressed like Michelle Obama, y'all, with the suit. I was like, you ain't never worn none of this mess. Never, never, no, never. You always wearing that granny, I don't know, with that granny, that print with the little flowers of all different colors.
Yep.
She wearing her drapes.
Yep. With the and then you're lucky if she dresses it up and puts a blazer over it.
She dressed older than the queen. I was like, so she came out there with a power jacket on, with the suit, with the high-waisted pants. I was like, no, stop it. Y'all faking now. Y'all faking. Yep. All she needed was a big belt, but that would have been too obvious.
So we will get started here with the first question. Tyler Perry's has offered to pay for their housing.
Okay, stop. Can we just, I'm sorry. Before we even start, I just need, maybe I'm more petty than I realize, or maybe my spirit guides are petty, because why? Before you even said it, I picked up the drag queen tarot, the RuPaul tarot.
Lord Jesus.
And I pick it up and I start shuffling, and you're like, Tyler Perry. I was like, well, crap.
Y'all coming in sound. That's what you gonna say.
Well, crap.
Oh, good old
There you go. So that's going to be the Tyler Perry card, whichever card that is.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of nice.
Tyler Perry.
Right.
You guys, is he just a nice guy or is he a simp?
I think he's a nice guy. He did the same thing for that pastor who was cheating on everybody in that church. I think he's a nice guy.
I've worked for him.
So you got $1 billion. You know what though? Maybe it's just uncommon that you see a person with billions will help some other people. So maybe that's a good thing.
Like because he went to the grocery store and paid for everybody groceries. Like he does nice things. I won't say he's a nice person because I don't know him, but
yeah, doing nice things sometimes doesn't make you a nice person. Doesn't mean your heart was 100%.
Now I will say, from a person I knew that worked for him, he's very hard to work for.
Yes.
But when he defends his reputation, he says he expects a lot out of people. And when they don't do it, then he's not nice, or whatever the case.
Yeah, I don't like people that give like that. Be like, give me with no conditions, unconditional. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, that's what we do for each other. That's, I'm not gonna be like, you ain't gonna do something for me, and then I owe you some favors.
Mm-hmm. That's the line that he let come out of his mouth to explain. That's how he. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's how he explained it.
Okay.
Mind you, he explained this while on stage. That he just expects a lot out of people.
What you want?
No, okay.
And some of the people that work for him, one of the people that worked for him, they were on stage. This is the behind the scene thing, but all of them was talking and sitting in a circle. He said that this is the guy that was saying this, not Tyler. That I came in, I was 30 minutes late, and Tyler Perry sent me home. So he didn't get to perform and practice and rehearse and this and that and this and that. And then, of course,
Okay, Tyler Perry should have sent your butt right on. Okay, here's my biggest thing too. Just because a person of color owns a business, do not be acting like this ain't the job that you're supposed to be doing anywhere for anybody. Yeah. That's you're gonna treat my business just like any other business. You're gonna show up 10 minutes early or whatever, or you could go home.
Mm-hmm. So you got sent home.
This is from a man. Okay. I can't even, because that is such a lie and direct contradiction. He barely paid day rates. And if you're a player, day rate is you get 125 at minimum. Because he always purposely didn't hire SAG actors or SAG anybody who had their cards, so you can pay them whatever. Okay. Then he would always everything ran late. If there would be a 3-4 day shoot, that would take days because everything ran behind. Why was that? Because he hired Bobo, Nuck Nuck, Nene, his friends who don't have film experience.
Yeah.
So the rest of us schlepping who actually went to film school, who had film experience, it was so bad, y'all, I actually quit the industry. I did 2 films for him. I quit the industry. I couldn't it was such a bad experience. Now, maybe he's changed. Maybe he's taking his brand more seriously now, but that was from hell. I came home crying to the point where my parent, like, I called my mom. It was like, I can't do this anymore. And she said, don't let him force you out of the career. But I was like, I can't.
Mhm.
But Oprah owe him some favors, yo. That's not small potatoes.
That's not small
If
potatoes.
you got the bank to help Oprah out, who was struggling, Oprah was struggling.
I think he was Oprah's project.
I think so too, Johnny.
It's just like Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Inyamla, and the Nate Burkus. All of them were Oprah projects.
Yeah.
She started their careers and pushed them in the direction she wanted them to go.
Yep.
And they owe her forever because she the one who put the bread on your table, which I mean, hey.
Well, I read an article that said that when she was started OWN, she was stressed about it. She said she was stressed about it because it wasn't clicking like it should have. And then Tyler Perry said, wait a minute, I'm going to write you your first original, OWN original. And there was something to have and the have-nots or whatever. He said he went for he said, give me a minute. He went like 15, 20 minutes, came back with the concept. And then now he did help her. He was her king for sure. But that's where his bread is buttered. So he better.
And again, maybe she taught him. Maybe she pulled because you couldn't got to the point where, and this was a couple years after I left the industry. You couldn't hire anybody to go work on a Tyler's. You couldn't, nothing. Because he had worn his reputation out. Not anybody who actually had industry experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell because there were some films I was like, the production of that is crap. It is absolute crap. What did you do? You got
I don't like any of his shows, actually. I liked his plays.
I didn't like any of it.
All his shows look plastic to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't. I mean, I'm glad you giving African Americans a chance, but I would like to see somebody on screen that does not have a perfect hairline and makeup is beat to the gods, as they say. Like, get somebody that's got a chip over here in the tooth and a mark over here and a
couple chins.
or something.
Yeah.
Everybody just seems so plastic and perfect, but they look the same in everything.
Exactly.
But it's stereotypical. I feel like his plays are stereotypical, and that's what I don't like. Is that everybody gonna yuck, but really, you got the old religious one, the old gangster black lady who don't give a dang, just like the bad guy that's always hitting somebody or something, like just the stereotypes. And I was just like, can we go deeper? Can we have like regular characters? I mean, we still have a story, we still have a voice, but why it gotta be all her pantyhose hanging down? Her wig on upside down,
Yeah.
Now, what the question was,
because I did not mean to get us started off. Is this not him?
I guess is what's his motive?
What's his motive?
Okay, what's his motive?
Is he trying to be helpful, or does he just want some attention?
Because
now we'll say this: everything a person does when they reach a certain profile gains attention, whether they wanted it to or not. Right. So I can say he was doing it for attention, but what does the card say?
Interesting.
Oh wow!
What you get?
It's Jesus for Jesus.
I have a lot of wands too. A lot of wands.
I came with you.
No, that was the end of it. When the sun comes, it's the end. And that's how he said Jesus. I was like,
Jesus.
Okay.
He did it.
WWJ did. All right, let me look a little deeper.
He wanted to illuminate something, kind of bring new emotion into it. This is all about trying to be. He felt like the people around them weren't taking proper action. So this is all about how do I come I hate to say appear like Captain Save-A-Ho, but let's just be real. How do I appear like Captain Save-A-Ho? How do I appear like I'm trying to be in the community and be part of this? I'm not going to say it's not disingenuous because
you know what? It's for clout. It's for clout.
But he's doing it. What he wants is also his hopes and fears is also his word of warning, which is the Sun card. This illumination. I want to bring attention to something, but sometimes you don't need to bring it. Like you were, I think it was Jason was saying, or Johnny, you were saying, everything you do when you get to a certain point is going to bring attention, whether you want it to or not. Not all news and attention is good attention.
Because he could have said a friend helped us. You know, some friends could have said a friend helped. Because if you're not looking for the spotlight, if you're not looking for the spotlight, you won't be like, yes, you tell him.
Do it in the background. You can slip them a check, make a phone call. Hey, if y'all need something, I got you. You don't have. It doesn't have to always be for clout.
I get that he did have good intention. I get the offer with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. He saw them, I think in his mind, whether it's true or not, in his mind, he felt like they were being abandoned. And that there's way too many powerful people on this side with their back to him. He's been in that position before. So he thought he saw them up against the wall with the Nine of Wands, and then he came in to help. Now, this is not the Two of Cups is business help. This is not necessarily, here, I'm going to put you in a movie. This is here, let me give you stuff. But yeah, I get the Ten of Cups in the end. I think he just wants to see them happy. Thank you, Laura. So, I mean, good luck to all of you. How about that?
You know, they said he did do it because he's for he's like for trying to be Christianly or whatever. But we also are human and have flesh, and we have a little greed in us sometimes. We do hope to see a return.
It's like, I'm gonna do something nice out of the goodness of my heart, but it is also nice that I got recognition for it.
Right.
Yes.
So we got a couple more royal questions, and like I say, then we're gonna leave them alone. So who will win in the court of public opinion?
That's a good question.
Harry and Meghan, or the non-Harry and Meghans? Because with all of this, Meghan is a bully, Meghan is awful, Meghan led him by the nose, Meghan did this. They act like, Harry either was put under a spell or he's 4 years old. And either way, it still ain't no business of mine. Who will win in the court?
Oh, snap again. Oh, sorry. Oh, that sucks.
Me too, Marie.
What'd you say?
Said me too, Marie. She say they win in my public opinion.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Thank you, Catherine.
Thanks, Catherine.
Oh, I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Because this is all about, I can't stand this type of energy. Oh, somebody is going to be out in the cold. That's just, yes. Unfortunately, there is some trickery, deceit, some sneakery with the Seven of Swords. My outcome card is the Queen of Swords. I'm like, who this? Unfortunately, I think it's going to be the royal family because I pulled some clarifier cards and I get the Hierophant. Just because they already because they've got the money. Ten of Pentacles. I don't know. I don't like this answer because I want the answer I want and not what you give me. So I'll pull again.
Okay, well, I got the theme of it would be whoever's the most, whatever family's the most sly and cunning. Now, I pulled the next card on that, and it came up the family, right? The family, and it was more like the family. And then I was like, okay, which family? the royal family. So, okay, they're not, I don't see them as the royal family anymore. They're just, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex now, non-affiliated with the firm. And this is standing for the royal family as the firm. And it's them. It's not gonna, they're going to take quite a few hits with the mice in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take that reputational hit, but they have enough wealth and power, and the next thing will come along. The next thing will come along, and it'll be business as usual. This is like a 2 of Cups as well.
Yeah. I shuffled and got, I'm not even going to pull anymore. I got the first card I get, just it's royal family.
So first card I get is Judgment. And then the ones who have the money and expertise. So why? There's the 4 of Swords, and well, see, here's the thing. The 4 of Swords and the 8 of Cups, retreat and then abandonment. They are looked at as a person who turned away from the family. Never mind the whole, they're being mistreated and this ain't really the life for me. I don't want people bowing to me and blah, 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 blah. Harry is a humanitarian. He's not a royal. So that's conflict number 1. I'm not saying that the royals are horrible people. But what I am saying is that his heart does not lie in a monarchy. It lies with, I want to go hug the African children. I want to go to Cambodia and pass out toys and blah, blah, blah. So there is a different mindset, but a different life that he wants to live. And so therefore he and Meghan are seen as the ones abandoning the family. However, she's seen as the one who is coming in between them because he's abandoning the family. So he wouldn't have had that mindset had it not been for her, is the way they feel. And so that's why she's the big bad wolf. And then he's some, weak, simpering little man, apparently. But here with the Tower and the Fool, once things clear, not really. I mean, they're going to be doom and destruction is the way you see it. I call it clear because they're breaking down what I don't want. This may seem like something you do want, but this, I tell people, this is hubris. This tower is built above the common folk. This is going up to the heavens because I'm better than everybody else. And then that's when God strikes it with lightning, and then it all comes crumbling down because you don't belong up here. You're supposed to be down here. You're not supposed to make people feel like you are special or you are a king and a queen when you are a person too. Just like Red Fox said, if you're sensitive, close your ears. I don't care how rich you are, how famous you get, you still got to wash your ass.
Yep.
So this monarchy is something he does not want, so he went to go and live his own life. But the court of public opinion will side with the royals. I personally think the court of media opinion will side with the royals, and so they will give the image that Harry and Meghan are still the black sheep. When you come down to earth with people like these 3 here, they're just fine. They are living the life they're supposed to live. That's not what he wanted. That's not what he should have been in. That leads me to my next. Go ahead, Shay. Were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I was going to say, they are using the same techniques and things that they were taught from the royal family. So that's why I feel like it can come off. Because let's be clear, I'm pretty much neutral. I think what was done was messed up. But, really, in all, that's rich people stuff that, And so he was like, oh, they cut me off. All I had was the millions my mother left me. Kind of that thing. And, they've been taught how to hold their body. And they've been taught how to come across a certain way. I think they're battling like that. You know what I mean? They're trying to win the goodwill of the people. So we have them as American royalty now. And then you have them as the British royalty. But they still royalty. They're not going to be eating pork and beans tonight.
Now, that leads me into my next question. Harry said that he was able to leave the family because of his mother's money, that she may have saw this coming. Is there some truth to this, or did she just leave it because, that's her cheering?
Yeah.
So we want to know, did Diana leave it to him because she saw this coming?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that she may have saw this coming.
Johnny, is that the groovy weight?
Yes.
I love that deck, and it's not available to buy. Every time you use it, I'm like, groovy weight, go try to buy it. Like,
I'll see if I can find it.
yes, I think she did, because it starts with the Six of Swords. She knew better things ahead. She knew he was going to want to get out. Yeah, because she was so unhappy. The crown of this is the Eight of Swords, is being mentally stuck. Why was she stuck? Because again, being forced into this marriage with this Two of Cups. In the recent past, I think she wanted to be happy in the beginning with this Four of Wands, but who came to show her monkey butt? The actual queen, the Queen of Wands. That relationship. Yeah, they grew weary with the Nine of Wands in the environment. Let's just, do I need to say more with what's in the environment?
Mm-hmm.
My outcome is the Sun, illumination. Yes, I think she saw this coming, and she wanted her son to be at bare minimum. Okay, she wanted, yeah. I'm just gonna stop talking. Yes.
I think that she did, in the filter. The theme of that question is the queen. So I think because of her relationship with the royal family and the queen, she might have put some money away because she had some kind of feeling, intuition, you know what I mean? She had a feeling that this might happen, and she wanted him to have many options.
I get,
yeah, okay.
Oddly, because when I first heard it, I thought, no, because she left the money because that's her child. That's what it's kind of supposed to do. And it's not like they were estranged. So why wouldn't she leave it to him? Why would she say that one day she's clairvoyant? Why would she say one day he's going to leave? The family needs money. Blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But I get preparation and caution. So she saw this coming. I think, personally, this is not in the reading though, so I don't want to make you think I'm getting this from somewhere. I think personally, she wanted to leave too.
Yeah.
And so she made sure she left something in case they wanted to too, because she knew what this is like. Mm-hmm. Like that's like I said, that's not here. That's just what I think. But there is family and judgment. And there is a different kind of scrutiny that we don't have in our family that they have in theirs. Because they have to live in their family in front of everybody. And they have to be royal, so it's a whole different thing. Like-minded people, lover's card. So I think she wanted to leave herself, and yeah, there's your money.
Can I share an opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Now again, this is not based on cards. This isn't any psychic hits. This is just me, myself, my monkey behind opinion. I've always felt this. That I don't think he ever forgave them for what happened to his mother. And I'm not even going to go down to conspiracy theory of they had her killed, blah, blah, blah. It was how they treated his mother. Yeah. And I think he always had that in the back of his mind. That's also why he went. And he's always said from the beginning, I'm not the heir, I'm the spare. Mm-hmm. So he knew, like, I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm hanging. I'm doing whatever. So he went. I think from jump, he always wanted to go. What he needed was the woman who didn't want to be a royal. Because all of the other women were like, oh my God, I want to be a princess. I want to be part of this. I want to be the monarch. Even though you're not going to be the heir, you're the spare. They still wanted the privileges that came with that. And Meghan was the woman who's like, you don't like it? I don't like it either. I got your back. Let's ride out.
Mm-hmm. You know what gets me? It's funny, right? Because he's like, I felt like I was trapped. I didn't even know I was trapped until Meghan told me. And you know what's interesting of being married to someone similar? It comes across when we make suggestions and bring awareness to our partners, right? Then it seems like we're the one pulling the strings. No, we're the one that's just having intuition and insight and trying to help you live your best life. So I think that they ran with that in the press as well. You know, oh, he didn't feel trapped until she told him he was trapped, or you know.
She just confirmed what he was already feeling. That's just that's my little monkey behind opinion. That's not no Tarit told me. That's just a little hunch I've had from day one.
Could you imagine your father very publicly not wanting your mother, driving your mother crazy, and then he brings his girlfriend into the situation?
Who was called in the press horseface and publicly cheated on her. And then we all know they were told, can't cry at your mother's funeral. You got to show this. You got to show that. It's like, that would damage okay.
How much
you don't want to do this either? Okay, let's ride out. We got this.
Mm-hmm. How much is he supposed to take? Happy birthday, Estelle.
Happy birthday, Estelle.
Happy birthday.
Happy
So
birthday.
that is the conclusion of the Royals. But we're going to talk about race one more time. And I'm going to say this too. If you are sensitive, please go home. If you are home, please watch something else. Papa John.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He likes the N-word. He loves it a lot, actually.
Yes.
As Paul Mooney says, he probably says it a lot because it makes his teeth white.
So much so he had to go on a cleanse.
He said he's cleansed himself of such things, I guess like an enema. So is he reformed or is he just wanting attention and so he can be back in the spotlight?
Papa John.
Because mind you, that whole news story was what was it, Johnny? He went on like a whole year to like cleanse where he couldn't, or a couple months, like 2 months, something, I don't know why I keep getting the word two, where he couldn't say the N-word. And I was like, brother, really? That shouldn't even be in your vernacular.
Why do you want to say it?
Exactly.
There's a lot of things you can call a person if you just want to make them mad. Thank you, Desiree. That ain't got to be one of them.
What was the exact question?
Is he reformed or does he just want attention? First card is the devil. I don't need no more.
Any pizza that give you diarrhea each and every time, I don't trust it. Every time. I keep thinking maybe it's just that pizza. It's all the pizzas.
Yes, it's just.
Ooh, that garlic butter sauce gives you, I mean, like you said, the runny needs every time. Every time. Yeah, no, he's not reformed. This is about money. He wants to get back into the business. This is all about a plan. They set this up before he even left, which is you're going to do this, and then after a year, you're going to do your press junket. You're going to say this. Because why? It's about money with this three of pentacles. This no. He gonna slip up and say it again. He's not gonna slip up. Excuse me. He's going to. He's just gonna say it again. Just wait. What he's probably done is just removed all people around him who tell on him.
Everybody tell on you for a price. Yes, they will.
Yep.
I get that it's for clout, for his personal reputation. He needs to come up with an answer or a key to their financials. Their financials is blocked, and he owe people, got contracts and things like that. So I don't have to read no more so far. Just preliminary. I think he got some bills. They're multiplying. That's what they're singing. I got to move.
I start with his good friend, the devil. And it's his good friend because they get the Two of Cups on top of it. This has nothing to do with personal reformation. This has everything to do with image. I get the Ace of Pentacles and then the Emperor. He needs to crawl back up to his standing in the world. This is for image. Papa John's took a huge hit. The NFL don't like you. Then everybody stop fooling with you because you got a big giant house and you're a Trump supporter and you said people shouldn't have minimum wage, and then you like the N-word. Yeah. And so then you have the Three of Swords. Your personal image is suffering. Your personal finance is probably suffering too. But this is all in action. to make money and to be in the press with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So here's what I suggest. Go get actual reformation. Get yourself together for real. That is not a word nobody needs to say. And in this day and age, it is definitely not a word somebody with pale skin needs to say, because you know how that goes. The moment you say it, you lose sponsorships, you lose endorsements, you lose your job, you lose respect, you lose family, you use this, you lose that. So why is it that you are still in 2021 still saying that word?
Yeah, it ain't like he hood. Like he from the hood. Like I grew up on a set, yo. Like it's none of that. And is it an ER or is it the ER or is it the
for him it's ER.
I mean, you know how black people will give some people a pass. Like I can say if his pizza was like dang good, like like he was like church's level or some level like that. But he ain't. People tired running to the bathroom with him. I can't. So like I totally get it. He it's a ploy to get money to get people to buy that nasty pizza.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Johnny Depp. What is the outlook? Thank you, Becca, of his love life. Because he had one girlfriend that said she beat him up or he beat her up. And then the same girlfriend gave a statement after he said, "You hit me." And she said, no, he said, "You punched me," or something like that. She said, "No, you didn't get punched, you got hit." So I'm like, why don't you find normal people to date?
I remember that because I was like, he pulled the move out of a pimp playbook. That is a total pimp playbook move. I didn't hit you. You just walked into my hand.
Uh-huh.
So we want to know, did he hit her? Or
no, that was some old story. What I want to know, because no, she hit him. She admitted to it. But what I want to know is, what is the outlook of his love life? Will he find a normal person? Will he keep trying to celebrity? Like what is this thing?
Technical difficulties.
It hit me first. Now it's Shay. Johnny, you next.
Shoot, let me. You know what? They trying me. Let me
light it up.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Oh.
All right. Okay.
Die by fire. Die by fire.
I need a tambourine. Okay. Try this again. Because I heard and then it went black and I heard a pop. I was like, is somebody and like from my house, I can see a whole, I can see the entire, I got like high rises next to me. And I mean, it was just pitch black. And I was like, something really bad just happened.
Please. Thank you, Adventurous Spirit. Appreciate you.
Okay, Johnny Depp gonna find love.
Thank you, Estelle.
It ends with my outcome card is yes to 8 of Cups. There's going to be some new emotions, but good God, it's rough. Every other card is god awful to get to that point. I mean, let's just put it this way. When you're crossed with the devil and your immediate future is the Tower.
Oh, Lord.
Your environment is being out in cold, the 5 of Pentacles. I don't know what else to say, dude. What he's going to do is, yes, he will continue down the same pattern of behavior and he'll continue to pick the same type of women.
Yeah. Thank you, David. He said, work those drag race cards.
Yeah, it's going to be more of the same old.
Okay, I got it where he's going to get lucky, right? It's going to happen. Just, a little bit of luck. He's talking to somebody right now. He's talking to somebody. We got the letters and the communication, and you know, he's talking to somebody right now. Somebody that's stable, you know, not crazy. However, crazy girl, old girl, whoever, he got that cult leader penis, right? Like, so they like, you know, that them chicks don't, they crazy a little bit, like he make them crazy, and then, you know, they come for you, and they be standing in your house while you're not home, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, so I think that he is. I haven't seen where the woman is, because there he is. She's coming in the near future. In the near future, it's going to get into something. So we should maybe be on the lookout for that. And like I said, she's not like one of the crazy ones, but he's gonna have some drama. This other one, the past one, is causing drama.
Thank you, being myself and dying. So I get that he gets what he wants here in the beginning. There is the chariot and the 9 of cups. So, but let me say this. Everything you want is not what you need. The 9 of cups is wishes and desires. This is what he wants. This is exactly what he wants. This is the person he wants. She looks the part. But I said this before in the past reading, what he needs is a girl who knows how to make biscuits and shoot a gun. This is not what he's getting in Hollywood. All he gets in Hollywood is people who got the surgeon on speed dial. That's not the person you need. But he gets what he wants. But the High Priestess and the 2 of Cups would indicate that this is a person he does not know. As in, this is not a person he got to know. This is a person he met, probably spent a couple afternoons with, felt smitten. They went and did the do, and next thing you know, she lived downstairs, he lived upstairs, or whatever the case may be. But he don't know her. And so they don't know each other. They never dated. They ain't been businesses and things together. They ain't got nothing in common, and then they will find that out. And then he will be searching, and then she will be wanting the spotlight. And then it ends in the 8 of Cups. So he's going to continue this cycle. He'll find some people. It's Johnny Depp, for goodness sake.
Johnny Depp.
He'll find somebody. I mean, you know. But they're going to come in and then go out because he doesn't find that one. He needs a person who doesn't want to be famous.
Yes.
That's what he really needs.
Yep.
Oh, well.
The normal person.
Like Johnny said, you said make biscuits and shoot guns.
Make biscuits and shoot a gun. That's what he needs.
Uh-oh.
Lil Wayne.
Oh,
Is
Lord.
he a Republican now? Is he going to continue to support Republican administrations? Same for 50 Cent, which ironically, a person named 50 Cent was once bankrupt. So I'm just going to there for the day.
You have 2 quarters to rub together.
Are they Republican now?
For life. Okay, let's see.
$50 and Little Wayne's.
And that's about how much money he got to his name. He got sued enough.
Now, 50 Cent said he just didn't want his taxes to go up.
Really? Oh my God.
So, I mean, if you didn't buy a new car every 3 days, then you'd have some money to pay your taxes. He was on one of them Jimmys, the Jimmy Fallon's of Kimmel's, talking about all the cars he bought. Stop buying cars. You can only sit in one at one time.
Yeah.
Stop buying stuff that's
really driving nowhere any dang way.
Oh.
Come on, Fitty. Go shopping. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi. It's your birthday.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No. No. Yeah. No. The environment. Moving forward. No, they're gonna move away. It's just gonna take some time because the outcome is the chariots moving full slow movement. Hope there is though the word of warning is the tower. Be careful who you align yourself with because that alignment right now may cause you a little bit of trouble with this 10 of Wands. There is something there with the base. There's death card. There's going to be a major change. Something's going to cause them to get out of this place that they've been in, which is this, they were disinterested in what the Democrats had to do, or what the Democrats was giving up. Because again, they just wanted to be with the cool kids right now. It's all about the cool kids party. Following, we all know who Dumbledore is represented with the fool, but no, they're going to come back. It's just not going to be immediate, and we may not hear about it in public for it could be multiple candidates down the road, and then they'll start supporting them. You're like, wait, 3 years ago, weren't you shipping that Trump train? Like, go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
That was Flavor Flav, Marie. He was the one who rolled the clock around this thing.
I got, for 50 Cent, both of them chasing clout. And I say that for 50 Cent because the theme of his question was for clout, personal reputation, to get people, you know, talking to kind of like network and try to roll with the big boys. He was seeking, you know, self-serving, right? Lil Wayne, seeking and self-serving, right? He drank the Kool-Aid. He took a couple sips and it was tasting pretty delicious. You know, he was like, maybe they'll accept me. No, Gremlin. No.
The operative word.
No. They just wanted to use you, and now you look like that guy that was standing in the Capitol, the one black guy, like
nobody around him.
My goodness. So yeah, I don't see them as having this being a change of heart. Well, 50 they will probably come back. Why? They ain't got nowhere else to go. They're gonna come crawling back, but I'm done with them. Both of them. Before I used to be like, you know what, Lil Wayne ugly, but he talented. Like I like some of his stuff. Now I'm like, no, what? You really just drank too much scissor or lean or whatever.
Lean. I think it's
stay away from drug dealers, everybody.
Excuse me.
So,
girl, you gotta pump that energy up. Pump it up.
Oh no, that was an eye twitch, and that resulted in a yawn because I was trying to get it to stop. I was like, "Don't look like you have an issue on camera." Sorry.
50 Cent is the Cancerian, so he is the water sign man. Lil Wayne's coming up as the fool. And both of them have fortune in the middle with the Wheel of Fortune card. Now, Lil Wayne, 50 cents, 2 quarters, 5 dimes. He is doing this strictly for self-serving reasons. He don't care who it was. He just don't want his taxes to go up. And he know that, you know, Democrats like to tax people. So there's their thing. They preach the whole tax the rich thing, and he's part of the rich with it. Bankruptcy, don't let bankruptcy make you think people ain't got no money. It's called reassessing my finance. That's what bankruptcy is. And so this one here, he know not what he do. Lil Wayne right now has not gotten a wake-up call. And believe it or not, this spread is not talking about his money, even though it's what I asked about. It's not talking about that. Because his in particular life is not going in the direction it needs to, because he is attached to things that are doing him harm. And so the reason you needed a pardon, because mind you two went for completely different things. 50 Cent didn't want his taxes to go up. You broke the law.
Right.
So therefore your life is going in a way you do not need it to go. And so if you continue down this path, you're going to end up stroked out on a hospital bed because you done got a bunch of medicine in your system, or you're going to be shot somewhere. The best thing that could happen to you, or I should not say the best thing, but the least of these things that could happen to you is being arrested again. So get your life together. That's all I can say. This is why I live a boring life, because that's what you're supposed to do. So, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Y'all, I'm sorry about the lighting. Now I'm on the shadows and look mysterious.
Somebody got a problem telling me.
At least you don't keep getting kicked out of your own internet.
Good night. tonight.
I need my cleansing spray. I don't have it nowhere close by. So
The wall, Jesus, or what is it? A fence? What is it? What is it?
from the goofy to the asinine.
I'm gonna spray you. Ready?
Yes.
There you go.
Jacob Chansley is the
Who?
QAnon shaman.
Oh, hens.
I got two questions.
Mm-hmm.
I got two questions on Jacob Chansley, the
They
vegan shaman with the animal skin on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Jamiroquai.
One, what was the question? Let me be nice. Why was he there? That's the first question. We'll check it right there.
Why was he there?
Why was he there?
At the Capitol.
Yes.
All I know is Virginia did something that I actually agree with for once. When they told him he had to show up to DC for court, they said, you got to stay in jail, boo. And Virginia said, we told you what's going to happen. Let me go ahead and get that cell ready for you. Oh, why was he even there? That's such a good. Why was he there? Such a good question.
Because let's take it for 1 second. I mean, we know it's not true, but let's take it for 1 second and say he considers himself a shaman. That is not healing energy whatsoever to stand in the middle of a mob. Unless you were there to dissipate the mob, you were not there for the purest of intention.
Mm-hmm.
So why were you there? That's all.
First card I got was the work. He wanted to be there with history. You know, he wanted to say this was like their March on Selma type stuff. You know what I mean? He was like, I was there, right? He thought that he was going to get some new opportunities in the new world order or whatever the heck. He thought he was going to have him some place, you know, in the place. He was strongly attached to the ideas. He believed in the stuff that they were doing and what they were saying. And it's a situation, not a person. I've made sure of that. And so I get a feeling like it was publicity, be there for the right reasons of history, thought maybe he could finagle his way into the good graces, you know, of the higher ups within it and actually become the mascot or whatever for realsies, you know. And it was mainly motivated by money, right? Because he was hoping he could maybe, you know, do a book or become like internet famous off of it type situation.
Yeah, I get it.
Card. Thank you, Sue.
This could have just been the first card, but it unfortunately was my last. Well, it wasn't unfortunately. It was my last card. He truly believed in wanting to shape government. He's delusional. Because he's stuck mentally. He can't change. He cannot. This is the environment he's put himself with like-minded people, but they're all nuts because this is in essence he honestly thought in his mind this is who he was fighting for, was to preserve our government. That's why he was there. And his word of warning would have told his little monkey behind, they're not gonna feed you organic bananas in prison, bruh. Use discernment. Don't go up there with with a rope to a gunfight. That's not. No, DC came for your butt. You should have stayed at home.
Yeah, big money, big opportunity, center of attention, the whole bit. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, big money, center of attention. There was I won't say money, I'll say opportunity. He wanted to be, and mind you, he was the only person dressed like this. So did he stand out? Yes. Did he get what he wanted? Yes. He was there for attention. He was not there to soothe the hearts of a mob. He was not. This leads me to the second question. Since I don't believe, but I am, listen, let me put the cards down. I am not a person, I cannot judge a person's spirit. That is not my place. I can judge your actions because you live on this earth with us. But I cannot judge your spirit. I don't know if you have pure heart, pure intention, what you have. I cannot judge your heart, your spirit. So I won't recognize you as a shaman, because as a person who knows a shaman, there's shamans here, for God's sakes. This is not the kind of activity a shaman would be involved in. So, will you take your spirituality, now that your life is in this place, more serious now? That's my second question. Because now you have the opportunity to return to a point of purity, a point of at least a pure heart or a pure intention. Now that you see bars in front of you every day, I could walk outside and go to the store and go pool and bowling, and you can't do none of that. You can't even get the food you want.
No, he can't.
Take it seriously.
They're giving it to him in Virginia.
Good old bean sprouts.
I mean, you'd have to be in general population if people knew that you were getting special food. And they got to
go with those white supremacists, child.
You better go eat in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, David.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting a no.
I'm getting a no so big it don't fit on the table.
Yeah.
What you get?
He got problems. No, he's stuck in the past. He's stuck in the past, and he done made commitments and promises and deals. He all tangled up and caught up in it, and that would be a problem for him. It ain't about real spirituality. It's just about a look.
He's currently heartbroken with the Three of Swords because he feels like he's been left out in the cold with the Five of Cups. Why is that? Because I think he's realizing that the spiritual teaching he had, I don't want to say he's realizing that no, he's not going to take it with him because there was nothing real for him to take. There was nothing real for him to grasp onto. And I'm getting, because it was a farce. And he probably paid a lot of money to go study under someone who called themselves a shaman, and they really weren't. And he's struggling with that right now because at the end of the day, he's going to have a new emotion about this. He's going to realize that, no, it was a game. And I didn't get what I needed, because he went into it because he needed something. And he's not going to get that.
So, where is it at? Oh, it's right here. I started reading this, right? Thank you, Terry. And when I get to the end of this does not make me a Reiki healer whatsoever, point blank, period. If I get online and tell you I'm a Reiki healer because I read one book, tell me I'm lying. This man here did not have a foundation of shamanistic practices. He was not a shaman to begin with. He probably know 2 yoga poses and said, oh, I'm a shaman now. 7 of Cups and the Moon is where it starts. There's nothing here. His mind is actually, he may have convinced himself. He's deluded. This is the first 2 cards. You don't even need the rest of them. Right. He deluded himself. And no, he's not a shaman. I actually kind of wish I know it's kind of a funny thing now, but I wish they quit calling him that in the news too, because it's an actual thing. But the Fool and the 3 of Pentacles, just like Adrian said, I think he may have found somebody that led him to believe that he got the power. But But it was a farce. The Knight of Cups. This is my false knight, because they don't actually do anything. It's all words. So just like Michelle had said in the chat, no, he's not a shaman. It's more like a sham. So yes, you ain't got no power. And as they say on the playground, Jesus regrets dying for you.
He was on a harsh playground. What happened?
I went through hell for this. People, get off my playground. Chop you in your.
It was the buffalo horns for me. I was
just and I keep getting that pose that all the news media, how he was like, and he's all painted, and I'm just like, you don't even have
they should have let some natives beat his behind.
Who said that was a Native American something with the paint on his face?
No,
my mom was 132nd and 7/8 Cherokee.
What you did was you had some leftover Halloween paint from that. You know how they turn all those old like Mattress Firm stores into them Halloween stores? You had either leftover paint or you had one of them stores next door to where your mother's house, because that's who you live with, and you painted yourself. You know, just I can't. I'm sorry.
There were some. There's two Native American men on YouTube that basically do reaction videos, and they were reacting to some of the memes of him. And they say it's a white guy at every powwow dressed just like that. He think he's doing something. Got the headdress on and everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so we'll go from the asinine to the intelligent. Jeopardy is having host issues right now. The guy who was to replace Alex, he won Jeopardy like 8 million times in a row or something like that. But he has some tweets. Stay off of Twitter with all your personal informations and all your, well, not personal information, but your personal ideas if you think they might haunt you later on in life. This is something we usually tell teenagers because, you know, they don't know, but this is a grown man. So he got on the Twitters and was saying stuff that has come back to haunt him. And so they, of course, called, you know, the socially outraged police, which we'll do a reading on them in a minute. They called for his dismissal, and so he did a couple shows, and now I think he's gone. Then they had Katie Couric was doing a hosting of Jeopardy, and they not really cared about her too much. I mean, she's all right, but I guess she ain't the right fit.
Katie Couric is like the driest
was like
in the packet. Like she, when you eat, when I watch her, I be like, I need some water with this newscast. Ooh, dry.
She was like, what would be the TV version of a what's the opposite of an aphrodisiac? She's like the opposite of that.
She's a downer.
Yeah. I'm just like, Katie Couric, yeah.
So will they find a host sometime soon?
Will they find a host?
What kind of person might it be?
I bet you this is Alex's ghost coming back to haunt. I told you I was not doing my show.
You know what? He should have just closed it down and let the 900,000 episodes just play in perpetuity. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, it's
Alex. You don't make some stuff last forever. It's okay to let some stuff go, leave them wanting more. That's what my mama said. Leave them wanting more.
Oh, Jesus. It starts with the 7 of Wands and it's crossed by the 7 of Cups. Can we get Ooh, dang, this is not a good reading. Damn, Jeopardy! Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, wee.
Concur.
God, dog, got to be more careful. Come on, be a good outcome card. They don't know what to do and who to bring in. They're realizing that you can't replace Alex, and they're going to. I think this is going to be a process because at the crown of this is heartbreak. Ooh, yeah. It starts off with defending, and then confusion. They don't know they literally don't know what to do because he wasn't just the host, but he was like the brainchild of this, and they just don't know where to go. I don't think they're going to find. They're not. they're not. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think that we're going to see a stream of different people keep coming through for foreseeable hot New York minute.
Mm-hmm.
Kidding.
A stream. I'm just like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go, because you know what it's saying that you know, the fans of Jeopardy have solid opinions about who should replace Alex Trebek, and they've been very vocal about that, right? So I think that they're going to continue to suffer these because they're going to be wanting to see like his spirit reincarnated or something. You know, reminds me of a young Alex Trebek, you know, and I don't think that there's anybody like that. So I don't know.
I think Allison, I think the Deal or No Deal is still on, I think.
Somebody just said
yeah. Here's my thing. Here at the high priestess, they don't know. They have no idea where to turn, who to go to, so forth. And then you have the Two of Wands. This is plans, but it's not plans that are completely off the ground yet. This person has not left the castle. This is potential. Now, of course, there's potential because there's 7 billion people on Earth, so any one of them you can call in and say, hey, you know, with the exception of maybe Trump and his gang. But, you know. But here we have the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. There is somebody that would be perfect, but they're going to cost you a whole lot of money. Y'all going to be like, Jeopardy prize is going to be this pack of Tic Tacs and some old saltines because he got
all of our money is going to our new host.
So there is somebody who I think would be perfect, but the problem is season to season. Because if this person comes in and then everybody likes them, then guess what? That gives them leverage to want more. Because if you want to see me back here, then you're going to have to increase me a good 13%, and then so forth, and then so forth, and then so forth. And then next thing you know, Jeopardy is literally going to be handling out old saltines and packets of Tic Tacs. The 9 of Swords, the worry is the Lover's card. So the person that would be working with them, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So we're talking money here. I think they have somebody that would be really good, but they're going to cost a lot of money. Like Beyonce money. But it's going to be a revolving door until they can get the ish together.
Yeah.
That franchise got money though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they want to pay it?
Video game. They got from the DVD games to the video games to the.
Now, from one host to another, I don't know a whole lot about these people, but it came up in the thing, so I'm going to ask it. Chris Harrison is the host, or was the host, of The Bachelor. He is now off The Bachelor because he supported a tweet by one of the contestants that was racist. The tweet said something about they would like, I forget exactly, but it had a Paula Deen feel to it, to where it was like she wanted a Civil War type party where the black people were safe serving the white people. It was something to that effect.
And calling her Miss Paula.
Yeah. But he supported the tweets, and then the black people that was on the show was like, hey, get him off of here. And so they did, and they replaced him with a black guy who was hosting. Now, all of the people who like The Bachelor want him back because he was a good host. And so will he be back?
I was thinking about that episode of Designing Women where Suzanne was like, "Oh, don't you, Anthony? Don't you miss the good old days and this, and don't you want to call me Miss Julia, Miss Charlene, and Miss Suzanne?" He's like, "No."
Suzanne, I can't stand her sometimes.
No.
He's too funny.
Oh God, sorry. That's what I was just thinking about. Because she had them dressing. She had them dressing up like lawn jockeys.
Yes, that's what she wanted. I can't.
No, well, huh? My cards are funny. It starts off with the devil. Ugh. Yeah, I think because the ratings will probably go kind of weird, and they want to make everything copacetic again. So yeah, I think he will come back. But the problem is it's going to take a minute for him to shed the nastiness what he did and kind of prove himself of being trusted and having that position again. So I think he will. Not actually in the environment, get the lovers card. So yeah, they pushed him off because they knew they had to save their brand. It's going to be a Papa John's moment where he said he went to I
performed.
Mm-hmm. I went to using the N-word cleansing, and now I'm good, and I'll never say it again. Yeah.
Okay. I got that. It's gonna take a minute too, because he's considering, and it's also about money, as it things as always is. He's feeling like he's on his high horse. He feels like he's it's about they're negotiating. Feel like they're negotiating, and he's wanting everything to be focused on. This is preventing new opportunities, and I think that it's going to do some things for him. It's going to revitalize his career, but the network is going to kind of want everybody to think, oh, we all good now. The thing about it is things can happen too quickly, so it might, he's afraid that things won't go through as they were, and he might have to move on and look for something else to do. But that's his fears and stuff like that. Right now, I think he's considering too. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking about what's the best way to proceed professionally, if that makes any sense.
I get the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. They extend something to him. I think the public in particular case, because this show has a different kind of fan base. They are very hardcore about their bachelorism.
Yes.
And so they are going to basically say, hey, we need him back because he's familiar. And they don't want to change with this. This is, unless he dies, don't change him. So there's the Sun and the King of Cups. So he will be back, however. I get the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. 5 is the number of change. So he's not going to stay. I think that he's going to be there, and they may bring him in to soothe some of the angry calls and letters and emails. But this is not a permanent position because I think he's going to move on to something else too. But, there's our bachelors. But speaking of which, the Kardashians TV show is in its final season.
Yay.
Is this a precursor to the end of reality TV? Or is it just them? And mind you, it didn't start with the real world. Adrian reminded us it started with cops.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? And somebody sounds on the trailer, lock his up.
It's bad when your hometown was like on an episode of Cops.
Mine was a couple times.
Several, I
will say this, and if y'all sensitive, close your ears. Oklahoma City was on Cops twice while I was watching it back in the day. And I was relieved that both times wasn't nobody black.
You watching Cops to see if it's anybody you know?
I just don't want to see us on TV getting chased by the cops.
You see their brother, you be like, girl.
They live in Milwaukee or something. I don't live there, but I don't want to see us on it.
And the step after that's worse. And this is literally the first 48 is always in Atlanta, or when it was in Dallas, it never failed, was one of my sister's students. They were either the perp or the one who got shot. And I was like, ooh, come on, Garland, Texas. What's going on? It's not the end of reality TV because there's too much money in it.
Lucky girls, the cameraman was the fastest person. Yes, he was. He can jump gates and chase everybody with a camera on his shoulder.
And you see, and he got the camera on him hiding, and you know he's probably doing this to get the cops. And I'm like,
I see you.
Guys.
oh,
Jesus.
Larry Girl did not lie. That is one. God, you know, I'm gonna go watch some old. There's got to be a YouTube channel where you can just watch old.
It's got to be.
So,
Oh God. Okay,
it's so funny because I have a real messy uncle. He's real petty. Uncle Grady. We call him Shady Grady because Shady Grady is petty, messy, nasty, and sloppy. And Shady Grady was the one who got me into cops. I'm like 8 years old, and I'm like, "Ooh, Uncle Grady, is it cops time?" He's like, "Yeah, come on."
That was amazing though. But you know what? We never looked at, like, they was kneeling on people with their flips and their backs and things like that. We never paid. Grab them by the shirt, ripping their shirts off, and I was like, "This is drama."
If you run from me, then I might be inclined to put my knee in your back. I mean, I'm tired. I need somewhere to rest.
I'd be right, child. That's why I probably wasn't a cop, because I'd be like, "Oh, he got away. I'm so sorry."
You're okay.
I was running hard. Y'all saw me. I'd be doing that slow motion run.
There's a show
From TikTok.
old school cop show called Barney Miller. Don't ask. I still watch Barney Miller. Barney Miller was on before I was even born, but I love the
Are
show.
you older than me? Then you watching Barney Miller?
So Fish was the old
Fish.
cop.
Okay.
There was an episode where the perp was out running and they were like, "Fish, what happened? You know, you couldn't keep up." He's like, "I'm old." And he's like, "Do you want to know what happened? 5 radio stations beat me to the scene of the crime." I asked, what happened? And I was like, "Oh my God, that would so be me." Is this the end of reality TV? No, there's too much money involved. However, what I do think is this is the end of the Kardashian dynasty financially. What I think is they're going to try to from television, from money. I think they may try to do a couple spinoffs. It's not going to work. It's not going to have the same clout as the Kardashians, the brand of the show. There's also some things for holding close to the chest that they're not going. It's going to be like, "Oh, the show's over." You're not going to hear from them for a minute, and then boom, their next new thing is going to be everywhere because this is planned. This is the plan for them to kind of take a step back because they're tricky. We all know Kris Kardashian. I always call her the world's greatest pimp, but she's, the momager. This is about their family. So there's just the show with all of. Here's how it is. They may want to kick 1 or 2 of them off the show. That would be too messy. It would be too disjointed. So what we're going to do is we're going to claim this is our last season, and then Kylie and so come out with their own show.
I think it's Kim coming out with her own show.
Figuratively.
And kind of in line with everything else is going on because she's getting divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord Jesus, I rebuke you. I knocked a whole deck on top, but luckily it's okay. I got it. Okay, I got that. No, reality TV is here to stay. It's gonna be. It's suffering some problems right now because everybody and their mama got a streaming service. But I feel like they're gonna become sly and sneaky and try to make a reality. It's like they're gonna try to make a reality TV that don't seem like reality TV. I don't know what that's about, but it's like a streaming service or some kind of a where they could watch something, but it ain't like what it is now. And that's going to be the key to the new thing that they're doing. And it's going to be, and I say streaming because it has the birds and the communication, and then followed right by is Kim Kardashian. So I really feel like that's what you were saying was so on point, where she don't want to share that money with them now. But they got their own things. Let them go do their own thing. She's so over that. It'd probably be some stuff like Keeping Up with Kim, like what he said before,
The many loves of Kim, who she's dating every week.
Yeah.
The Billionairettes. I don't know, some crap like that.
It was so funny, right? Because I was thinking like whatever the Bachelorette is, but it's going to be Kim Kardashian.
Well, just like Chili had her show from TLC, trying to find Chili love, and she never found it.
She was like the most fit chick I ever saw.
And she's like this tall. If I tower over someone, that means you're really short. Like literally, I was looking over her head and I was like, where's the rest of you?
She's like 50 years old and she looked like a child still.
She is, like you said, this big and she's not hard where it's like, you know, too cut and she's just very lean.
Like a masculine build. She looks feminine still.
She looks like Spring Street.
I was trying not to say she looked dude-like, but yeah. We're on your channel, so I'm trying to be polite.
But she is muscular.
I don't know though, y'all. I'm kind of like, come on, Chili, put a longer shirt on now. Come on, that's 50-year-old abs right there. I don't care what you got to say about it. Got a little puff on me. Huh?
If I look like that, I'd walk around butt naked.
If I walked up because I went and got all my lovely things from the UPS store, thank y'all very much. And I walked up and down that hill 2 times. And you let an ab pop out. What? I'm just one. I got a keg right now. I got 2, 3 of them. I look like I've been 9 months pregnant forever. You let an ab pop out, and we're gonna do a video. It's gonna be this close to my damn stomach. Like the 8 of Cups says, no.
Yeah. 8 of abs.
It'd probably be a growth or something, but I'm gonna say it's an ab. It's gonna be all in it.
Too funny.
It's gonna have its own channel.
Love it.
But reality
Girl's ab
is here to stay. Now the question is broad. Now that I think about it, because all reality TV is not trash.
Right.
I don't watch none of it, but like there's the whole makeover shows. That's technically reality TV. And there's the flip the house things, and there's hoarders, and there is, you know, all these other the Dr. Pimple. The people love that thing because apparently pimples are like filled with cluster creams and all. Like I don't understand that part. How do you get chocolate come out your face? Anyway, it's stuck. It's here to stay. Some people, the Kardashians more than likely, because that's kind of where we started, are here to go. There's also this kind of like Shay was saying, which sounds strange. There's an aspect of it that's going away and another aspect that's coming in, but it doesn't appear exactly like reality is right now. So there's a different aspect to it that is leaving, and then there's another one that's coming in. Kind of like hell, I don't even know. I guess we'll see when it gets here. But
think about too, there's a period in the 90s and 2000s where you had like the Pimp My Ride and the Cribs. And then you also had this other underbelly of the internet. This was kind of like predating before YouTube was super popular. Everybody had a webcam.
Yeah.
And everybody would stream, and you'd watch people picking their nose and doing whatever. And I'm like, when you were saying that earlier, I was like, I wonder if it's going to be like the webcam.
Yeah, I thought that too. Because
it feels like membership,
where they got cameras in every room of the house, even the bathroom. It's not pointing at the toilet; though, it's like pointing at the door.
Yeah,
and you can sit there and watch people watch TV, cook.
It's kind of like Big Brother, right? That was like a Big Brother-y.
This one is a whole lot different. Well, it's sort of a whole lot different because they literally are just living in their regular house and their regular life, but you can see everything that they do.
Yeah, like a membership. Yeah, I feel like it's like some sort of like, I want to say Patreon, something like, not like that, like Patreon, but like that. Kind of like, you're my members. My members can watch us all the time.
Like OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't even know what it only is, but I imagine.
For porn.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, well, depending on how you run your channel, but yeah.
It's like Patreon, but for porn people.
Yeah.
So let's go into Kim and Kanye for a hot moment.
Okay.
I just want to know, how do they see each other now? And we'll leave them alone. Because I think everything they do is for attention. When y'all did y'all's reading, again, commercial break. Adrian's channel, Red Lentil Healing, is down in the description, and Shay Blissful Divination is also down in the description. You can go and subscribe. If you want to donate, you can donate to them too. I put their PayPal down in there too. They did a reading together about, and they had this topic, and basically both of them said this is a stunt in money, but they probably aren't really getting divorced, yes, but you know, everything they do is a stunt in money. So they're going to turn this into a business opportunity. But I want to know, how do they see them right now? See each other. Kanye looks at the family. He called the mother. What's the child name?
Oh my God, I just said her mom.
Somebody just took it from me.
Kris Jenner.
Chris.
Thank you.
Kim Jong-un.
I could see her face.
And I'm like, okay, so he don't like her at all. So, so I just want to know how they see each other.
Kanye sees Kim sees Kanye is unstable, always juggling with his two of pentacles, and confrontational. Every time she talks to him now, it's not a good. There's always some conflict, and he's a burden. She's looking at him as collateral damage, a burden. This was kind of like, go get in your daddy's car. She's not even going to refer to him, by name. It's like almost like the sperm donor, like when she refers to her children's father in marriage. Kanye now sees independence, financial independence from Kim. He can go be free. This was a major change. And he is going to sit. He may get quiet or more quiet for a minute. Or is that really? I don't know. He may seem normal for a minute. Because I think there's going to be an initial kind of, not breath of fresh air, but he's not going to have that on him that makes him say and do crazy. He may, for a brief moment, y'all, seem like the old college dropout Kanye. And we may be here for it for a minute. Then he'll inevitably, get back off. He may be medicated. He may be back on his meds for a minute.
Thank you, Leticia.
That's what I'm getting.
I got that. Okay. The theme of that question is, it's Chopsville. It's over now. Still over. Then we come up with, she's over it. She's moving on to the next thing. Like, she's looking above and beyond to the stars. Like, sky's the limit. She's ready to cut that shackles off her feet. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, she's already got her next man lined up. He's already right there. He's like a dirty, dark cloud. Why? Because he is over here all by himself, all the way on the other side of the board, all lonely and stuff. Like, my marriage. I love you, Kim. And that's the whole story right there. He is still in his feelings. She is like, this is over, right? Like, I've already moved on. He's like the ex-husband already in her mind. She divorced him already. He's done. She's thinking about how she's gonna spin it. What's her next media, social media, reality, internet, social media thing. And that's basically it. It's still it was a business deal, and he thought it was a marriage. Like, he got caught up in the feelings and with the marriage, and he's still sad and sorry somewhere, probably in Wyoming or Oklahoma or wherever the heck. Wyoming and Oklahoma ain't even no near each other.
Thank you, Chris.
He's basically, yes, just sad.
So for Kim, she sees him as argumentative here with the Five of Wands. He may be a little hard to control. With the Two of Wands, he's not really stable, and he ain't got his stuff together. But if you ask me, this is not in the reading. I'm just passing judgment. I'm being judged. If you don't like it, we'll find you somewhere else to be. I think that she knows this, and he's good for attention. Kanye says stuff out the side of his neck. She knows this because everybody else knows this. So unless she is deaf, dumb, and blind and been hiding under a rock her whole life, then she know Kanye was not stable. He had 2-3 baby children with him, so whatever.
I think 4, right?
Here's my thing, because now she's moving on. She got the Chariot and the 8 of Wands and the Lover's card. She finding her another one. She probably already got him. He just don't know, but he ain't got to know because they ain't none of his business. So she moving on to the next one. Kanye, however, has got the 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups. There is something in his mind and his heart that he is wrestling with right now. He's probably thinking that he's been betrayed and abandoned and lied to and this and that and this and that. Which, again, I think, where have you been? it's kind of like two mirrors are meeting each other.
Mm.
You don't see yourself, you just see the other mirror. And then you don't see yourself, you just see the other mirror. But really, that's your own reflection. You just don't know that's what you're looking at. And so you two should have known each other because everybody out here did too. And we don't live with Kim, we don't live with Kanye, but they lived their whole life in front of people because that's kind of how celebrity makes it. And so you knew he was unstable and you knew she had alternative motives. But I do get that he finds his power with the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. Once he gets over being hurt, once he gets over being abandoned with the Five of Cups, and you say it's okay to cry, it's okay to shed, to tear, and all that kind of stuff. It does nothing but water the ground for your future. That way, when you grow and become a mighty spruce, you don't need nobody and nothing. So he'll find his power. She'll find another love. They'll both be all right.
Yeah.
If all else fails, you got your children and your baby children. So take care of them, co-parent, and then leave the rest alone. But speaking of people who should be left alone, Lord Jesus, bless our hearts. Bless our hearts. Bless our hearts. Should Britney Spears stop performing?
What? How dare you ask that?
Because
No,
a Republican is calling for an investigation into whether her father should be removed from conservatorship.
They've been saying that for years. There's a
Yes.
Free Britney campaign.
Some Republican politician has now called for an investigation now to see whether or not he should be removed from conservatorship because they think they're all taking advantage of Britney. And I'm thinking to myself, because I've never seen an interview with her, I've never seen nothing but a performance, and I'm thinking to myself, what kind of state is she in? Are they forcing this child to perform and they know she shouldn't be? Or like, does she really need to go sit down somewhere and like take care of herself? Or does she want to do this? Like, should she stop right now? Because the way they paint her is like she's some sort of vegetable that can't do nothing on her own.
right?
What in the world?
She can't have his boyfriend, her boyfriend.
And if she is, then stop making her perform. Yes, Blissful Divination's channel, thank you, Lucky Girl, is in the description.
Mm-hmm. Please go ahead.
Okay.
To Jade.
So I first got its first card, it says you already know. You already know. And I'm like, but I don't, cards, I don't already know. So now I got not today. So let's take a look at the house of the woman. She got some commitments. Woman. Here she is. Did I do that? Did I do that? I did it. I screwed it up. Dame un momento.
I think she's gonna keep. Should she keep? Will she keep working? Should she keep working? Yes, she will. She maybe should, because that is what makes her. That's almost like what. I hate to say the one thing she has left, but it kind of with this Six of Wands. This is her thing. This is what made her famous. This is what she's going to keep doing. However, though, there are people around her, conglomerate of people who are keeping her trapped, mentally trapped. This is the Eight of Swords. There is a new action that is going to come in there with the Ace of Wands and this Page of Swords. This is that new Republican. I don't want to be rude. If somebody was put on that kind of, how do I put this? We may see, if you take her off of the conservatorship, you may see pretty quickly why she was on one to begin with. there's a reason. She may need a little bit of that extra TLC, love and care and attention.
Mhm.
So I know everybody wants what's best for her, but maybe having her daddy watch after her may actually be what's best for her. We don't know. We don't wake up next to her every day. Yeah, because there's some grounding issues with root chakra. I'm nurturing and grounding, extreme root chakra, throat chakra, being able to speak up and actually talk and say the right things, relationships around her, and crown chakra. Yeah, she's
All over the place.
Don't come for me, y'all Britney fans. But I got that she is self-serving and conniving and using her fans and playing them. She likes to perform. She's trying to get far away from her dad, yeah, but that's because she wants to do what she wants to do, and she will blow all her money on for entertainment purposes only. You know, she will blow her money on blow. I don't know. I just read what they say, like stuff like the partying and the champagne, and I see her just like shaking up champagne and sprinkling on herself, and she just like, what? You know, that kind of thing. So I kind of agree. And her father is just like, listen, I'm trying to, you know, keep everybody in the money. You know, I'm trying to keep everybody in money. But I say, you know what? She made it. Let her blow it. She worked hard for it. Let her, you know, when she finished, she can go back and live in Louisiana or wherever she is and be on the farm and stuff like back today. Full circle. But that's all I see. She's just trying to break away so she can go do what she wants to do. I think that, yes, she is bipolar. She do have the moods and the attitudes, but she fine. She know what the heck she's doing. She just had a moment.
And 15 years ago.
Yeah, she had a moment. And maybe it was spiritual. Not everybody that shaded head is buck wild crazy. Maybe she felt like, you know, I needed to start to shut off all these negativity.
That's crazy.
I don't think she is crazy as everybody is. She's very stable. She know what she's doing. She don't like him. She got mad. And now she like, you know what? That's all right. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna play come rescue me, y'all. Kind of like that. Because what does a congressman got business being in somebody's business like that about her money?
We don't wake up next to this girl every day. Get out. What you getting out of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Suffering and the Three of Swords. So I think right now in this situation, it looks like nobody wins type of thing, but there's no closeness. It's kind of a business thing now because everybody in this spread is attached to money. There is the King of Swords, Six of Pentacles. This is the person who doils it out. So whoever this is the person, probably the financial conservator. There's the King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. There's somebody, maybe a lawyer that's handling her contracts, her dates, and her tours and all this type of stuff. There is a Queen of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles. This would be her, but her money is lessened in a way as she gets points. She's not together. I don't think, and this is her son, like she has very lucid moments and then very not so lucid moments to where she does need somebody handling her day-to-day life. Like she built a huge fortune and it would be gone in 38 hours if you let her write the checks. Because she would go and she'd buy fire hydrants and she'd go and buy half a swing set and she'd go buy a garbage can lid, put it all together and say she made a robot. Like she's not in a position where she needs to be the one doing that. Now performing, this is not in the reading. I would like, hey, because the Eight of Cups is here, like let the child go sit down. But I think this is something that keeps her in the lucid moments.
I think it's her thing. This is what she has left. I hate to say only thing she has left, but
if you take that, I think it's kind of like some people when they retire, if they don't keep moving, then you stop moving. Yep. It's like you have to keep yourself active. You've been working for 40 years and now all of a sudden you don't do it anymore. You have to keep yourself going or everything will start to fall apart. And so I think if she was to get off of the stage, then she would mentally and physically just start to deteriorate.
That's what I think. I could see that too. Like it would whatever grasp she has on reality, it's out. It's gonna be out the window.
She stops there.
If she takes her medicine, I feel like she could be stable and fine. Yes, she do. I agree. She need like a house husband, right? The problem is she can't find one that don't want to be rich and on the spotlight themselves as well. You know what I mean? They need to go find she needs somebody that's going to, handle the bills or whatever. Be like, here go your allowance and here go your card. Don't come back asking for some more because you ain't getting it till next week, or
Because one of the things I've always thought about is she's been in this game since, because Brittany and I are the same age. She's a little older than me. Did anybody ever teach her to be an adult?
No.
So you want to take this, you want to hold her accountable. Like the question is, instead of saying, oh, should the conservatorship go, should we actually be putting a method in place to teach her to be self-sufficient and make sure she's okay? Because when you've got people around who are yes people all the time, and then all of a sudden you watch her go crazy, she goes crazy, then no, I'm stepping in and taking control. Has she even
all I care is that you go on stage, because my money's attached to your performance.
Yeah. Like, does she know this is Hollywood, where everything's an alternate reality anyway? So maybe I'm not to say the question is we should read on it right now, but the question really I pose to people is, has she been given the tools?
But I don't think that she came from, I'm not exactly sure. I forget whether or not what happened to her mom and all that kind of stuff. I'm not exactly sure what happened. But I remember
now.
Back in the day, they used to be in Louisiana, and I remember seeing that house with the gates, like the metal gates and something somewhere down. And because I was like, she from the backwoods, or like somewhere, I don't know where the heck she was. She didn't have an accent, so I was like, I would have never pinned her to be from there. I would have thought she was a Californian girl or something like that. But she seemed like she felt like she was very with it. I think that maybe somebody like Madonna need to tell her to go sit down, because I'm so glad she went and got to sit down somewhere, because I was tired of seeing her stuff all like, using the bruised bread, like they just bruised the bread up and put it back in there. I'm like, Madonna, go and sit down and let it go with grace, So maybe, somebody need to call her and be like, you know what? We are divas. We are divas. We only come out for like a special occasion, like president and leaders and kings. Take a page, girl. Stop sitting there with your little wooden snake. I mean, at some point, just let it settle. Let people work the money. I would just go out and go enjoy myself. But like I said, that's her thing, and she loves doing that. Until such a time somebody tell her to go. Brittany. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Oops, I did it.
Stable. Piers Morgan, who stormed off the stage because he got told by himself in his obsession with Meghan Markle. And yes, we're going a little bit not into the rules, but this in the vicinity. I would say, what is his future endeavors look like? Is he going to come back to the show? I guess, what does his future endeavors look like as far as his fame?
You know what? Do you mind if I do a chakra reading on him?
Go right ahead.
I haven't looked at his nasty ass chakras.
So we want to know what his future is going to look like?
What his future career? Because he was a host of this. Thank you, Nene. He was a host of this show and then left it.
Yep. Walked off.
Mm-hmm. Because Meghan just got under his skin.
Meanwhile, I've been saying cross and flipping stuff to people for the last 22 years on air. Yep, he can dish it, but he cannot take it.
Mm-mm.
Don't know. You already know. I don't know. Stop it. Let me go there.
I promise I don't know.
Network.
Phone of this capital Cinco this. I'm still pulling. Whoever wants to go first. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm checking it out to see exactly.
So I get he's going to be fine. There's some manipulation here with the magician and the two of wands. He'll find something. People who do that, he ain't worried about money for sure. Justice and the 8 of Pentacles, he'll be fine. Now, the 7 of Cups, I don't know how fine because he still got to search and, you still got to fill out your application and whatever else that you got to do. So he still needs to find something. He ain't got no fallback plan, but I personally think he'll be all right. I mean, he's entitled and he's been fired before, so. But all he wanted was attention, and he's getting it, and it's enough. And another thing, let me say this first off, and second of all, and second point B of off. Over here, I'll speak for myself. I like Meghan Markle and I like Harry Markle. I don't know what his last name is.
I have like 6 last names.
Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. Harry Windsor, I can say that. So I like both of them. If you don't like both of them, you don't have to. I ain't going to make you. But if me liking both of them is bothering you, go watch something else, please, and thank you. That's all I got to say. I already blocked 2 of y'all helpers, so don't you start with me.
Y'all already know what I did my reading on them last week. I said, what you not finna do is get in these comments. Like, you can have your opinion, but you can have it to yourself. Go ahead, Shay.
Okay. So they told us, you already know what this is about. Okay. If you ask me what it is, I'm gonna be like, it's a money driven. It did not go the way that he wanted it to go. It didn't play out the way that he was going, because what's on his mind was he was being cunning. He thought he was going to boost the ratings, and then he did not expect that gentleman would call him on his stuff, and then so he got caught up in his own mess that he tried to do. His contract, I feel, and I'm going to say that I feel like he was asked to resign. He didn't decide, I'm leaving. However, he's going to have a new offer, right? It's not going to be what he wants, but he's already talking about having a new offer. And social media, he's not even paying attention to social media. Why? Because he's a white man and he's got privilege and he doesn't have to worry about them things. He feels lucky that, he got this offer coming up. He's like I said, it wasn't what he wanted. It's not going to be, I feel like it's not going to be a mainstream one. It's going to be like one of those ones they make up, I'm going to put you in your own show, you can have your own show kind of thing. But he's living for it right now because any publicity, as long as they don't cancel, he don't get canceled with cancel culture, but which I don't, because there's enough Britons to be in the people that follow him, because you got those Sharon Osbournes out there, right? That's supporting him. So no, it didn't play out exactly the way he wanted to, and he made it off of standing on top of Meghan Markle's head, but that's just what he does. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was. And I really think that he doesn't give a crap. It was all of a show, and the show went wrong, and now he's like, oh crap, I need to get a job.
He is forever will be Guy Ledouche to me. I just can't with him. Root chakra, only thing he really focuses on and cares about is tangible things, his possessions. This is what drives him. I'm sorry. Okay. It sounded like somebody was climbing up my balcony, and I live way too high up for somebody to be climbing up. Do I need to make like a gun sound real quick? Like, what the hell was that? Sorry, y'all were about to see like me go off camera and like screaming and running because I was like, "Ooh, what is that?" Okay, sorry. So sorry. Okay. That's all he cares about. That's what drives him. So just about possessions. He does it to pad his pockets. This is what keeps him going. He needs to put his entire sacral chakra in the washing machine on hot with bleach, wash it, hang dry, and try again. Issues with relationships, issues with pleasure, doing things for the sake of doing it. This is just him. Love too, heart chakra. Let's call it what it is, a blocked heart chakra. He's just not a person who demonstrates love. He just isn't. And then we get to the top chakras and he's got a reoccurring theme. Let's not be surprised that his throat chakra is off and jacked up. Honesty and sound. Everything that comes out his mouth is a cat snatching farce. He talks to hear himself talk. And crown chakra, no guidance, no divine consciousness, no nothing. This is, again, a person driven by lower chakra, by greed and by want only. And that he's just, there's no connection to a source for him. The source for him is him.
So I got one more that we can ask. We're going to do a giveaway. Adrian, hold it up, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry, hold it up.
Yes. So we are going to commercial break. Go to redlentilhealing.com. There's your protection spray. But we are going to do a giveaway here in a minute, and it is going to be a homemade protection spray for your behind. For your, all
Don't
your
spray it in your behind.
and your whole behind.
If you spray it in your behind, I cannot be sued for whatever itch irritation that happens.
It'll be all right. I've done it twice. So we're going to do a giveaway at the end. And
You got like a laughing Buddha. Oh, Jesus. Child, my cheeks. Oh, what she's having.
Oh, sorry. Y'all don't understand the mental image I got.
well, you know what?
Somebody leaned over and sprayed. And I was like, don't defile my products like that. Ooh, okay.
So
It's-
go back. Let's come a little bit back to that mental image a little bit, because it kind of ties in to this reading we got to do. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Pepe Le Pew, who is a skunk, or is he a black cat? So he's a skunk.
He's a skunk.
So he would chase around a black cat that had a white stripe on its back because of paint.
Yes.
And so he was very aggressive. This is now being canceled because it promotes rape culture, is what they said. So now Dr. Seuss, Pepe Le Pew, I had a list. Let me get the list. There's some other things too. Dr. Seuss had racial overtones and images and things like that. And if Becca and Jen are still here, we're going to ask this question tomorrow too, because I want to see what y'all get. Disney pulls Dumbo, Peter Pan, The Aristocrats, Swiss Family Robinson. I don't know what's wrong with Dumbo, but Dumbo. And Pepe Le Pew has been canceled, and Dr. Seuss has got like 6 books that are no longer in publication. Is cancel culture going to get stronger, or is it going to get weaker?
They still got Franklin sitting over there in them those
By himself.
Mm-hmm. And all by himself. Hey, the whole family on the other side watching him eat.
I like Pepe Le Pew too. I thought it was funny, but I mean, if you want to go there, then yes.
Adam's family too. Cancel that, because he was like, Gomez,
To be honest with you, Johnny, I hadn't even thought of rape culture until you. And I was like, you know what? Shit, we were watching that for years.
Yeah.
And that poor girl was running for her life.
Running from him.
With his stinky behind. And I was like, oh, that's a good point, though.
Because here's the not in the cards. Here's the thing that I feel with cancel culture. Chris said Michelle, who is a victim of cancel culture, because she went and performed for Donald Trump, and they said, "Okay, you're not doing it for us no more." Her label dropped her. Everybody dropped her, and so she had to go on her own, and all so forth and so forth.
She's working at
She said, the problem with cancel culture is they take the wrong thing. Like, you don't need to take her career, take her ignorance. So my thing is this: human beings don't know how to treat each other. Therefore, political correctness was necessary, because you don't need to call, black people the N-word. You don't need to call women bitches and hoes and broads. You don't need to call, you know what I'm saying. And it's like there's just certain things that is no longer tolerated in polite society. And then on the second hand, everybody's just, I think, a little too sensitive. So will it get weaker or will it get stronger?
I know what I want to say, but it's not necessarily what I'm sure. Okay. The judgment is at the base. So always judging thoughts, actions, what people say, what we do. Because to your point, Johnny, sometimes not everybody knows how to be a decent human being. Therefore, sometimes you got to remind people what's appropriate, that some words do matter. Things can hurt. There can cause conflict. Because you've got people going out who may not, how do I put this? Who've never experienced other people, so therefore they don't know that you don't call somebody who you think is gay to F them. You don't assume that all black people with a purse are going to steal, because they go off into this world unprepared, unexperienced. There's a set of rules and norms. There's going to be, however, there is a change in perspective. What the cards are telling me is that at some point people will catch up, and this is society as a whole. I think it's like the chicken and the egg. Is cancel culture the reflection of the people wanting the change in society, or is cancel culture going to force the change in society? What I also think, so that's kind of what my reading is telling me. It's like the chicken and the egg is eventually going to do something. What I think, though, is that there's going to be another swing in the pendulum in the opposite direction. I think for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I think you may see a cancel culture from people almost purposely going out, shock jockeying and saying whatever they want to say, because they're like, stop being so sensitive. Because at what point, how can people just express and say what they want to say, do what they want to do if everything's under a microscope? So we may have this pendulum swing for a minute, and then it may go back. I don't know.
I think so.
I see it as so I set cancel culture to be the man, and I programmed a woman card to be people who like the cancel culture, right? The people. And what I'm getting is that at the heart of it, I think that it's here for a little while longer, because right now it's in the middle of the cycle of its life. And so, however, you got the people on top, they feel power, right? They're feeling the power that, oh shoot, we can take these stars and hold them accountable, right? For whatever it is that they say. And what I think that is just going to happen is that, it's not going to end. People are going to learn how to say things or not say things. Meaning that the good thing that's coming from it is that people are learning that they can't just say, pull whatever out the side of their neck. You know what I mean? You have to be careful what you say. Think about the consequences of your words. Think before you speak, as it were. But cancel culture is moving through the cycle. We have a little while longer before people start, before it ends, right? And start walking in love, right? Because like you said, when I felt that pendulum, when you was talking about the pendulum, it is a pendulum swing, and it's over here right now where the people are, and then it's going to make its way slowly back to the other side, where I think it's going to be here to stay, but it's going to look more like of holding people accountable for what they say on social media. Because we have cancel culture, we have the communication social media card, and it's going to run into some problems if people don't start monitoring that. Like, if we don't change that course of direction, then it's this stagnating. This energy is not going to move. And where's my other one? Oh, yeah, it's the anchor is way on this side, so it's not fixed or firm. It's not anywhere in relation to that. It's already in the past, so it's moving its way on out.
Thank you, Courtney. I get security. The first two cards is Page of Swords and security. There will be a nipping right now. This is more, I don't get the judgment card, but I think that they are going to be reaching into the past, just like they did with Dr. Seuss, and find all of the ways human beings did not respect other human beings, and they're going to poke holes in it. They did this with, what was it, Huckleberry Finn too, because the N word was in there several times, and so instead of taking the book out of publication, they removed the word out of whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's going to continue. Here with the Page of Swords, they're going to continue to sort of nip at other things. This is part of our society now, and that's not going away. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, it will continue. They will continue to highlight things. They will continue to do that. Mind you, it is because it exists because we did not know how to treat each other coming up. If you don't even have to go back into, murdering indigenous people and enslaving other people. You don't even got to go back that far. Go back 4 years ago when y'all's Orange and Chief stood up and was the epitome of why cancel culture existed in the first place. A person who never got canceled. That's a whole other story. But yes, it will continue. That devil is because we here with the Six of Pentacles sharing time, money, information, the Lover's card, we exist on this plane sharing the wrong thing. So polite society still has to explain to you that this is not acceptable what you're doing right here. I get what you think, because maybe in your head this was not a bad thing, Andrew. But right now, this is not the way you behave in polite society. And it ends in the straight. So it will continue as long as people continue to show they hold by that.
Using protection sprays.
Yes. And with that being said, I turn it over to you. However you want to do this, you go right ahead.
I'll do it very quickly. So I had a lot of requests over the last, and really let me back up. Been making products for almost a decade and never thought to actually make a protection spray. And some of you, y'all were like, hey, Adrian, this is great, but what about, I love the clearing spray, but can I use something to help put my house? Yes, I've cleansed my house, but what if I need to put a barrier? And I was like, oh, because you're right. You can't just take that little roller of oils
and rub it on the house.
So here, Birth is protection spray. Oh, Lord. It's on a piece. I forgot. But okay, so it's got frankincense, eucalyptus. There's 7 essential oils in here that are all based off of protection and raising your own energy and putting a sphere. And it smells yummy because when I put all of them in there, I was like, this smells good, but I need a little extra whatever. And I was messing around and added a little sweet orange, and it took me to another level. I was like, oh my God. And sweet orange also helps to make it's a, what do you call it? Not an aphrodisiac. Y'all help me with my language tonight. An endorphin. It helps to kick up your endorphins. It makes you happy. So there's your protection spray. I also did a protection kit. It's all on the website. Whoever gets this bottle, this is one that I have just kept literally next to my heart because it kept reminding me to just keep making, keep doing, keep helping people. So this means a lot to me, whoever gets this. So that's it. I'm done. How do you want to do it, Johnny? Do you want to do whoever? Oh,
however you want to do it. Put a number. You pick a number. You want me to pick a number.
It's your. I feel bad already doing a giveaway on your channel.
17.
I'm gonna pick a number right now, and I want 1 through 100. Put the numbers in the chat right now.
Right now.
I'll tell you when to stop. Okay. Tarot newbie got it. It's 11. She's the first one.
Tarot newbie, please.
So send Adrian at redlentilhealing@gmail.com your address and informations, and then she will send it to you.
Tarot newbie. I've been feeling very generous. I'll send here with it too. But there you go. And thank you guys all for who've purchased, who've expressed interest. I don't think you will ever understand how much that means to me. So thank you all.
redlentilhealing.com if you want yours. Desiree 11. Go to redlentilhealing.com if you want, and not just protection spray. There is clearing spray. There is meditation oils. There is my favorite thing in the world that I don't have it. Life. Okay, there it is. The cracks and crevices cream. This saves my whole life because when I walk out this house with the ashy face, this cures me every day. I cannot explain to y'all. Okay, I get up and I'm explaining to you right now. I get up in the days and I know the thing that I should not do because it makes it worse, but I do it anyway because I've never exfoliated my face because I don't buy stuff on my face. I shouldn't. And I do this, and then next thing you know, my whole face is flaky because my whole face is dry. Sweet God and Jesus, all in this little tin. Because my whole face looked like I dipped it in powder or cocaine, and it ain't nothing but ashy and dry. And so this is my favorite stuff in the whole world. So redlentilhealing.com, go get you some stuff today. Go get it right now.
Thank you.
And tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live with Jen Becca, Tea with Karen, and Tea with Karen's going to bring one of her friends named Wilma.
Fun.
All 5 of us on the thing tomorrow, and we're going to have some more non-political questions, but non-pop culture, because I ain't talking to the cool kids tomorrow. So it's going to be 5 of us tomorrow, so y'all come join us at 8 p.m. and then 8 p.m. Sunday. We will be back here as well.
You got a whole weekend of hosting.
I wanted to do a walkabout today, but I had to go down the hill twice to the UPS store because I went down there with my bare hands because all I had was the deck that I'm sending you. I wanted to send that out, right? Mm-hmm. So that's all I had in my hand. And then I get down there. Wait a minute, where's the picture? Don't call me no lie. Where's the picture at? And so I get down to the UPS store, and I got to find a way to get all this.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, I ain't got no more hands. I ain't got no African thing I can put it in, stick it on my head. I don't have, I downloaded Uber while I was there in the store, and they said no cars were available. I gave it a middle finger and deleted. So I got it all up here though. I start taking stuff out the box. And anyway, so tomorrow, 8 p.m., it'll be over here, Connie Brown. And Sunday as well, it will be over here. So thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you, Blissful Divination, and thank you, Red Lentil Healing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Home free, and I will see y'all tomorrow.